Okay, I have 3 additional ideas for looms, 2 of which I've tried and 1 of which I'm only speculating about. This one, if you wanted to use heavy thread, it occurred to me that this flower loom or something or other knitting looms like it might be a possibility for making lace with heavier threads. Obviously you don't have many pins here, and you're limited as to how many different patterns you could make, but you could also of course get a larger one and make make patterns with more variety. And because the pins are so long, you could make multi-layer pieces of lace. So it's just a thought. I haven't tried it, but it occurred to me when I was looking through my stores that it might be a possibility. And 2 that I have tried, in this case, this is a piece of foam core backed by a piece of mat board stuck together, and then I just put some duct tape around the edge to make a solid edge, and I put the pins into the edge, and I should move that up a little perhaps, and then I just went ahead and put the warp on the same way as for your pinwheels. The nice thing about this is that the size and shape is of your own devising. If I did it again, I'm tempted to put 2 layers of mat board, so a foam core sandwich with a mat board underneath and a mat board on top and foam core in the middle. This one did tend to warp a little as I had made some other lace, and the more rows that I got on, the more warped it became. It wasn't the end of the world, and it didn't spoil the lace when I took it off the loom, but it would be nice for if it had stayed flat. So that's a possibility. And a tip to the wise, I went to my local framer, who is very nice, fortunately for me, and I asked him if he had any scraps that I could buy, because I didn't need huge perfect sheets of foam core and mat board, and he said, oh, just take some. So he was great. He even cut them out for me and everything, so that was really nice. You may not be so lucky, but you might want to go to a local framer near to you and see if they have some scraps that you could either be given possibly, or maybe buy for an inexpensive amount of money. And lastly, I tried, this one isn't warped so you can't see it warped, but this is a piece of that foam board that you can buy to block sweaters and other items like that. And so it has a thickness into which I was able to stick the pins. It's only tricky in the corners where the pins are overlapping each other, and I found they tend to want to come out the front or the back of the surface, but I just was able to put them back in, and so as you can see there are no pins sticking out on the front or back surface. And it's not bad. You can see the thread really digs into the foam, and so I don't know how long this would last. I only used it once or twice, so I have no sense of the durability of a loom like this. But on the other hand, it's inexpensive, easy to make. You just need some pins with the ball heads on them, and you'll probably need, for both of these, you'll probably need a pair of pliers, because unfortunately I used cheap pins. And so when I was either pushing them in or pulling them out, sometimes the little yellow ball came off, and so then I was left with a pin with nothing to pull on, so I used a pair of pliers to pull them out, pull them out and put in a fresh pin. So you might want to keep a pair of pliers around if you're doing something like this. Okay, so those were my remaining ideas for looms for the day.